dancing by the lakeside, gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone.
This morning I did not feel rushed, stressed or broke, and I saved hundreds of dollars on Christmas presents. So in this video I'm going to break down exactly what I did so you can do it too. But this wasn't about buying less or disappointing the kids or going crazy with budgets or anything like that. What I actually did do though was have a no budget Christmas, and I know that sounds super crazy. If you guys have already watched obviously the Christmas video, which I will link it below, our Christmas morning, it is on my actual vlogging channel, so I will link that below. It's called After the School Run. Go and check it out. We had so much fun. It was a really relaxed day and things. I did film as I always do, but you can just see us in our natural habitat, I'll call it, and we were just having a lot of fun, a lot of laughs and everything, and it was just a really honest day, you know, of how Christmas was for us. So definitely have a look. But we did have a no budget Christmas, and if you've watched the video you know that there was a huge amount of presents. But here's the thing with it, I hardly spent anything on actual Christmas presents. But what I actually did to have a no budget Christmas this year was I just did not have a budget. I did not look at it and go, okay, I need to spend $200 on this person and then $200 on this person. You know, I didn't have to spend $200 on my son and then go, I have to spend $200 on my daughter. I threw that out the window for starters. I also really focused and changed my mindset. I've always done this, but I really did it this year, and you can very much tell in that video how I did things, because it was a real bit of a laugh, honestly. My kids were opening up things like Pringles and cans of Mountain Dew and stuff like that, and they loved it. Like, they thought it was the best thing ever, you know, and it was a real fun time. But what I really did this time was, of course, I got them a couple of main gifts from us, and Santa also got them a couple of main gifts, and they were things that they really wanted. However, I didn't go, yes, I need to spend $500 on this child because I spent $500 on this child. I did not do that. I really looked at what they really wanted and just narrowed down some things, got things on sale, especially at the BigW Toy Sale. My kids are older, so I didn't buy a lot of toys, guys, I will say that, but we did buy a couple of what you would class, I guess, as toys. And you know, I spent less than $100 on Isabella for her main gift, so I got her a couple, and then Joseph, I spent a few $100s on his gift. However, he got less things, and the kids honestly just did not notice. They honestly didn't notice. They weren't counting and going, this kid has this and this and this and this, even though we're opening up presents pretty much to get, like, at the same time I was getting them to do certain gifts and stuff like that. They never noticed the difference, you know what I mean? I just really bought them what they needed through the year as well. So that was another thing I did. I started off on Boxing Day, and I've already started off on Boxing Day. You can see a couple of those gifts and that I've already got for next year, for 2026. You can see those gifts on the video that I will post below here. It's just me on my vlogging channel. I'm just doing a vlog, like a daily vlog, and just showing you how I'm setting up for the year to do this no budget Christmas. So just my thoughts and how I do it, and I do write down some things and stuff like that, so definitely watch that video if you want to see how I laid it out and had the system going, because I'm doing it again this year. But yes, I have already started on Boxing Day. Boxing Day is one of the best things you can do to look at the Christmas stock that they are clearing out at half price. Today I went to Target, they had stuff out for 75% off. Like, it was crazy. I actually got these stockings here for $1.75, and they are normally $7. Like, that is unbelievable, guys. Like, it's normally $7, and that's normally something you guys probably would buy really close to Christmas in December, November sort of situation, and pay full price for them. If you really want to save some money, go out now and have a look in your stores, Kmart, Target, Big W as well, if you've got any of those, or maybe they've got them online for clearance. Definitely have a look. Supermarkets are another great place as well. That kind of stuff, they are marking it down and getting rid of them because they don't want to store them, and the use by dates on them are in a couple of years. So it's great. Like, it would definitely go to the next year, and it's always a great thing to do, and I have done that before, definitely, to save money. Other things you can get on Boxing Day though are a lot of, I'll say, the Christmas toiletry packs that they have out. They're things that, you know, my family, my kids, even my husband and I, for Christmas, they're great gifts to have because they're things that we need that I will be buying throughout the year anyway. You know, soaps and little packs for skincares and perfumes, any sort of like perfume scents, body sprays, that type of thing. All that stuff comes out around Christmas time in these packs, and if you can get them marked down, it is cheaper to buy those packs than to go buy individual stuff even through the year. So I always look for that stuff, and I got some great bargains this year. I was definitely on that other video, so to have a look at that, like I said, it's linked below, and I'm showing you guys as I'm wrapping that up for next year already, you know. So definitely have a look at it. It's a great time to find that stuff, and there is still stuff out in the shops. Like, I think it's like 4 days on from Christmas right now, and they still have stuff in my stores and in the supermarkets marked down. So definitely have a look. It's a great way of saving money. For starters, they start off at half price, and then if things are still there a couple of days later, it's 75% off, you know what I mean? And then they start throwing stuff out, maybe not the toiletry stuff like the brand name stuff, but some of this other stuff, especially in Kmart, they'll start throwing out for 50 cents, $1, $2. So it's a really great way of saving money, and I have saved hundreds of dollars by doing that, because I tend to buy quite a few of those things just to, you know, stock up for the year, because it's stuff I would be buying through the year anyway, but I'm saving a lot more money if I do it now. From Boxing Day sales, there are also other times in the year where they have specific sales that you can grab some great bargains. There is even around Easter time, there's great things there. Halloween was one of the times that I actually got a few things, got them down, marked down, and I gave them to friends, kids, for Christmas, because they were going to use it on a trip they're doing next year. Isabella got a whole big set of, what were they, like Halloween Hello Kitty plushies. Now the price of that, if you have a look on that video and you see it's a huge big bus full of them. The original price was $129. It then came down to around $70, $80, and then they cleared it out for $39. So my dad actually, their grandparents actually gave her that for Christmas, but it was originally $130 and got it for $40. Like, it was a great saving. So even Halloween, you can find certain things, especially if you've got kids that are into certain licensed products, like brands, you know, like Disney stuff and Hello Kitty, boy stuff, Hot Wheels, all that kind of stuff. You can really get around that time, and it's such a big save. Another time, so Easter, Halloween, mid-year sale, obviously, Boxing Day, like I said, they have a New Year's sale. There's always things. And then, of course, the BigW Toy Sale. If you are not near a BigW, you can still actually order online and do a lay-by online. So I would highly recommend that. You just pay it off online. It's so easy. And then in November, when it has to be paid fully, you just pay the last of it, and they do ship it to you. You do have to pay a postage, actually, if you obviously live far away and you can't go and pick it up. But if you can drive, even if it's an hour or something, and you want to drive and pick it up, you can obviously do that. I did the toy sale in the previous year here, and I did a lot of things, but it was a lot different this year because my kids are a bit older. My son is 15 and my daughter is 9, so I didn't get a lot of toys as such, but I did get stuff for other kids that we were giving presents to on sale, and then I got a whole heap of just the general stuff that I would be buying for the year, like clothes, for example. For my daughter, I was buying bits and pieces through the year, but around the toy sale there was a big sale on. I was collecting points and stuff at the time as well, when they did actually have they got rid of the point system, the rewards, or they got rid of the discount, sorry, not the points. You still get the points, but they got rid of the discount. But I still, with the sale, everything, I could still get clothes and put them on lay-by and stuff as well. I did get clothes obviously for Joseph too, but more so at another store, which I'll talk about in a second. But it was a really great way of getting things on sale, obviously, storing them somewhere where I didn't have to hide them, paying them off, just whatever I could afford. We gave Joseph a PlayStation VR 2, which he's asked for years, and we've always said no because it's very expensive. However, this year it was on sale. He is older and it became his main gift, you know what I mean, and he just got less of other things, but that was great. I got it in the toy sale and it was just stored away until around November. Then you've actually got to find somewhere to put stuff, but I managed to do that and it was fine. I had plenty of time to try to organize stuff. The other good thing is, because if you put it on lay-by, when you pick it up in November, if you find that some of it, you know, is not suitable anymore, or someone else has got it for them already, or they've bought it themselves with pocket money through the year, then you can obviously go and return it very easily. So I would highly recommend that. The other good thing about that BigW sale, the toy sale, and lay-buying stuff, is if you want to put stuff on lay-by for yourself, like, I don't know, vacuum cleaners, steam mops, I'm just trying to think of stuff off the top of my head that I did, then that kind of stuff you can actually lay-by as well. You can lay-by anything as long as it's not on clearance and it's not food products. So it was a really great way of doing it this year, and just no stress, you know what I mean? I just paid a little bit off each week that I wanted to pay off, and it was done. Another great thing I did do was keep an eye on all those rewards programs. It's not just the usual, like we always think about, Flybuys and Woolworths rewards. It's not just about those two. For me, Rebel Sports was a great one for me as well. Joseph is older, he's into basketball, he's into like basketball shorts and basketball tops and just like Nike things and all that. All that stuff is very expensive. I'll give you a great example. The shorts that I bought, one pair of the shorts that I bought him from Rebel Sport, the original price on them was $100. I would never have paid that at all, ever. But they were marked down to $45. On top of that, they had another sale that got more discount off it. Plus, on top of that, I had rewards dollars there that I used to help pay for stuff. Every time I went back to Rebel Sports, I ended up having a little bit of money to use to pay off it. So it's a very much a reward system like Woolworths and the Flybuys and the Woolworths rewards. Every dollar you spend, you get a certain amount of points, and the points turn into dollars, which is so great because sometimes through the year they had like 5 times the points or 2 times the points on, you know, men's clothes or, you know, stuff like that. So it was, all I had to do was that first purchase that I did, which was actually Isabella's roller skates, which she absolutely loved. They were originally $99 and I got them for $69, so that was a great bargain. I bought them, they were on some sort of 5 times the points deals at that time of the year whenever I bought them, and I got dollars back on that, and I just kept building it up, and then when it came a little bit more into the year, then I would go back and buy something for Joseph. I bought a lot of clothes from there, so I would buy something and then 24 hours later or a couple of days later, if I knew there was something else in there that was perhaps already on sale but I wanted to get more discount, I would use the money and do that. So we got him shoes that he needed, which are very expensive. Isabella's feet are so big that she doesn't fit into, like, say, the youth size shoes in BigW. She wanted these white ankle shoes, like what are they called? Are they like an ankle? They're not like a runner, but they're kind of like that. They're a really nice white shoe. BigW actually have them and they're great. She eyes them off all the time, but they don't make them in her size because her foot is a size 7, so in youth. So I found them in Rebel, but I got a discount off them when they had a discount on Nike, like the Nike brand, and then I had money off because I kept using the rewards dollars on there as well. So even if it was like $5 or $10 off, I just used it, you know, so it was fantastic and I loved it. The only other thing that I did there too was probably, I did end up buying some stuff a little bit closer to December, like in November, a couple of lunch boxes for them because they had a good discount on them and I had more dollars there as well. I'd already gone in there to pick up these shorts, these very expensive shorts that I got for $45, and what I did with the lunchbox and stuff to get the sale price, I put them on lay-by. So then after I paid for the shorts and everything, once those dollars came in, like the points dollars came in a couple of days later, I went back and paid the lay-by off, but I also used that money to pay it off as well. So I got a great discount with that, and it's just really how I saved a lot of money, especially when I'm buying that kind of stuff now for older kids. Now down to the less conventional things that I actually did. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know I've done this in the past where anything I'm looking to buy in the next year, sometimes I'll buy that for them for Christmas. So that does include lunch boxes, drink bottles, anything they need for school, shoes, clothes, all that. I did that again this year, but I really tried to get the bulk of it this time. So they did have a lot to unwrap, obviously, but it's just money I would be spending next year in the next month or so anyway, and I just did it before Christmas and throughout the year, so I wouldn't have to do it then. I thought, you know, let's just buy it now, wrap it up, and just have a bit more fun on Christmas. They had more things to open and just have a bit of fun with, but I wasn't necessarily spending any extra money because it's obviously money I would be spending after Christmas anyway. So it really brought down how much I was actually spending at Christmas because it's stuff I would be buying then anyway, so it really wasn't part of the Christmas budget, which was fantastic. The other thing I did was I thought about school holidays. Usually you know, I'll think about activities we're doing and stuff. Things have gotten very expensive. We went to the swimming pool recently and it was just my 2 kids and I. Joseph was classed as an adult, so it was actually technically 2 adults and a child, and it cost nearly $20 just for the one day. So I can't go back to the pool every single day, you know what I mean? It's going to cost like $140, $150, and if Johnny comes with us, even more, you know what I mean? So knowing that, you know, it's not something we want to hand out money every single day for activities, I did think about stuff, especially for Isabella, things that she could do in January if she had friends over or sleepovers or something, just to keep her occupied, things that we can do with her, and also things that we can do as a family, a bit cheaper than actually going out and spending a lot of money. Because if you go to, I don't know, like water parks for example, a day at the water park for us is going to be over $200 just to get in. Like, that's just crazy, you know what I mean? So if I can spend that money on lots of different activities that will last for days and days and days, then that is a better deal. It's stuff that I would be doing anyway. So we gave a lot of little activities to Isabella for that. We also did a few sort of games like the Monopoly that you saw. For Isabella, we could do that as a family. We love playing Uno as a family. So there were a couple of Uno games that I actually wanted to get through the year. They were on sale. I wanted to get them through the year, and I was just gonna have them for us to actually do, like it's an activity for us to do as a family that we really enjoy, and I just decided to wrap them up for Christmas and give them to Joseph. So we're gonna do that, and then of course Joseph's main gift is his activity through the holidays as well. He'll do that with his friends and us, of course, and Isabella's already used it a ton of times. So it was just a way of saving money, because it's money we would be spending anyway, but I just decided to get stuff up for Christmas first. So less money spent obviously in the holidays. We're not going on a holiday in these big school holidays because of our big trip at the end of next year. We're going to Disney World over in America, so I didn't want to be booking another holiday obviously and stuff. But I will say, if you are planning on doing any type of holiday in the next year, you know, ahead, we have before in our Christmas vlogs, you'll see them on this channel here, apart from the one just recently, obviously that's on the new channel, but we have given the kids holidays as a Christmas gift. They think it's a Christmas gift, but it's a holiday we'll be doing anyway, so we've done that. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun with doing that type of thing. It's a great way of setting stuff up. Maybe you have older kids and you want to go to a concert or something with them, you know, give them the tickets for Christmas. It's money you would be spending anyway, give it to them for Christmas. It's done. You're not spending any extra on Christmas presents because it's something you would be buying anyway. So do stuff like that. That will save you a ton of money as well. You just really got to plan ahead and think ahead on what you're actually doing. Probably the most unconventional thing, I guess, that we actually did, and biggest tip that I would give you, and I'm so happy. I saw some comments on the video from the Christmas just now, where a couple of people obviously have followed me here on the main channel before, and they have seen me do this, so they've done it. I had a couple of people say that they actually did the similar thing for their kids this year, and the kids were excited and laughed and we just had fun, you know, and that was giving food. Someone gave batteries to their child, which they thought that was great because then they could play with their new toy, you know what I mean? It's just an extra gift that they could open, but it's something you would have been buying anyway, and you may as well wrap it up, you know. But yeah, favorite food item, drink, just fun snacks, any of that kind of stuff that you're going to be using and doing in, you know, the school holidays is a great way of doing Christmas gifts. It's stuff you would be buying. The stuff that you guys saw, if you've watched that video, you know, the kids were unwrapping. Even for us, you know, Santa came to us and gave us some really nice chocolate biscuits, not chocolate, but some biscuits, and gave Johnny his favorite what are they, pistachio nuts and some beef jerky, stuff like that. A lot of that stuff I already had here. I'd bought it in the groceries and stuff, and I just wrapped it up for Christmas. So it was great fun. Joseph opened up a huge 24 pack of Mountain Dew. Isabella opened up a massive box of juice boxes, which, you know, what 9-year-old would like that? I don't know, but my daughter did, and she absolutely loved it. So they loved it. They had packets of chips, they had marshmallows, because I love marshmallows. I always try to take mine, so I bought extra in the groceries at some point in the year, and I just decided to keep them for Christmas, so I did that. There were lots of little things like that that were just really, really fun. Santa brought Johnny and I our favorite chips, so that was really great as well. Yeah, lots of fun little things like that, and I wish I'd probably done a little bit more of that too. So, you know, something I'm keeping in mind for next year is just, you know, it's the stuff you've already got, it's the stuff that you're going to be buying anyway, but it's the treat stuff, you know, so it's special to them, they love it, the kids think, wow, it's for me, you know. And the only thing I probably would do different like next time with this is not let Isabella go put it all in her bedroom, because then she started eating it really fast. I was like, no. It's just spread out for when your friends come over and you can have fun together and all of that, you know what I mean? So that's probably the only thing the only mistake I made. But doing it, buying all that stuff and doing that was the best thing to do. Like, they just had an absolute ball. They thought it was funny every time they opened up something like that, and it was just, you know, no extra money spent at all. So like I said, I didn't have a budget, okay? I didn't go, I need this amount of money for this amount of clothes, I need this for shoes, I need this for toiletries, all of that. I did not do that. I really purchased what was needed and what was on sale at the time, and that's where I saved the most money. I wasn't overspending, and I wasn't buying not enough, you know what I mean? Because that's the trap that I've done before. I've bought, you know, I've got $100, which doesn't go far for my kids now with clothes, guys, especially because they're a lot bigger, obviously. You know, I'll buy $100 worth of clothes, and then I'm still buying stuff after Christmas and through the year, constantly. So I've really bought the majority of it now. Like, I really don't think I'm going to have to buy anything apart from in winter, maybe some pants and jumpers, and that's about it. And I just couldn't get that, you know, so that's why I didn't purchase it. But as far as summer stuff and all that goes, and when we go on holiday next year, because we're going to be in America and it's going to be very hot then, I've actually got clothes for them. I don't have to go out and spend money, you know, around say August, September on clothes that aren't going to be on sale. You know, I've already got that stuff, so it's done, and they're clothes that they will fit into as well, because I did buy them a little bit bigger as well. So that really saved me, and not having a budget and being able to do that was just so much more, like, less stress and so flexible, you know what I mean? So you can really think about it that way. You keep an eye out on things through the year and just really stock up on that stuff where you can, along with the activity stuff. Like I said, like the things that I got for Isabella for activities, a majority of it I did buy in the BigW Toy Sale, because they were nearly half price, so that was really good. But I bought them from the middle of the year, obviously, so it was just a great way of saving some money, like I said, with that kind of stuff. And I guess just one last point on the no budget thing. Having no budget didn't mean that I was going to go, I'm going to go spend $2,000 on this for Joseph, you know what I mean? I did not think that way, of course. I was still sensible, and I still spent within my means. I just was smarter. That's all. I was just smarter in spending. I put it over the year, so I didn't really notice the money going as well, which was great. And I just didn't get to Christmas and think, oh my gosh, we're broke, I've got no money to do anything in the school holidays now. I haven't sort of got to the week before Christmas and thought I need to go out and do a mad rush and have stress in the shops and battle all this and do all of that. Like, I really was done. The only thing that I left to the last minute in the last few days before was just our stockings. And Santa usually for the stockings does stuff that we need, like toothpaste, toothbrushes, always need a new toothbrush, deodorants, you know, just that kind of stuff. So and usually like a lolly thing, like I showed before. But otherwise, you know, that was it. So I didn't have to stress about stuff. I didn't have to think about where am I going to get the money from. Oh no, I have to, you know, pick this up, I haven't done this and that. It was all done well and truly by November. So it was really great, and it was just the best thing to do this year, and I would highly recommend it. Just obviously think smart, don't spend above your means, obviously. Like, think about what maybe you might have each week if you want to, you know, put a little bit towards things each week. But definitely keep an eye on those sales and just the different times of the year where they can actually do that stuff. And definitely keep an eye out for those rewards programs, because, you know, Rebel Sports, who would have thought they'd have something like that, but they do. So have a look at other places that you go for stuff and have a look at discounts that they offer and rewards, because that can really be something that can help you save you a lot of money. So guys, if if you want to see me actually planning my next no budget Christmas, definitely head on over to the After the School Run channel. It's linked below. Definitely have a look at the Christmas day that we had. It was so much fun, so you can see what we did do that day. But yeah, definitely have a look at me actually organizing obviously the no budget Christmas over there, because I am doing that tonight. I'm going to film it for you guys and just show you exactly sort of how I'm planning it out. And yeah, we're going to get a good start to the new year and a stress-free Christmas for 2026. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I look forward to many more videos with you in the coming weeks here on the channel, and this year of course. I hope you guys all had a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Bye.